Sure, Miko, Port Discovery.
Saw an interesting article. I don't know if you guys looked at the PDN. Not to mention, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I haven't seen any coverage in here from the press for probably about the last 3 meetings. Kind of interesting. I don't know if that means that there's no news going on here or what, but Jeffco 101 seems to be the only one that's here representing that portion. But I did see something online with the Peninsula Daily News that got my interest, and that was a military training range down in Dabob Bay. I think that's a great idea. And it had a lot of similarities to Discovery Bay that, you know, I'm going to use as a model. I'm going to do a little research into, but essentially it says here they've entered into a 5-year agreement with the Navy for this range, and the Navy agreed to provide $3 million. So essentially somebody was paid off or something happened. I mean, military training in a rural residential area in Dabob Bay, that's really interesting. It says it's a total of 6,287 acres. Includes uplands, shorelines. So I'm really interested to find out how that can be, and DCD, what the process was for DCD to allow that type of use in a rural residential area, and what the county's involvement is, because I'd like to use that as a model to see why Port Discovery can't do the same thing. In fact, our shoreline, I think, is natural. The whole entire shoreline along Discovery Bay on our side of the bay is natural, where on the other side of the bay it's, you know, it's not natural. It's got a different designation, but I just want to drill down on that and find out how that use has been able to, is able to happen, and why we can't try to do the same thing. Another thing here is the dispatch and fire. I talked about that last week. I did talk to some of the fire chiefs and found that each one of the fire districts in themselves can agree, and their board can agree to opt in or out of JEFCOM, and that doesn't have to be all of the fire departments. I could go to District 1 or District 3, and there was kind of an interest. So I kind of want to dig down into that a little bit deeper to find out what I need to do and how I might be able to lease some of the same tower space that I think has been talked about in here before. The other thing is, real quickly, I see I'm running out of time, is this movement that's going in across the country. In the security business, and my radar is up all the time. I'm concerned. The unemployment and what's going on in all the different cities, and there's a real potential here for a little mini revolution, and I'd be concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Anyone else like to